Welcome to Woo English. We're going to dive into the incredible story of Michael Jackson, told in a way that's easy to understand and perfect for learning English. Get ready for a journey that's not only educational, but super engaging too. Chapter 1. A Star in the Making. Michael's Early Years. Once upon a time in the heart of Gary, Indiana, in a cozy little house bustling with the laughter and dreams of a big family, there was a boy named Michael Jackson. This wasn't just any boy. Michael was someone whose heart beat in rhythm with the music that filled every corner of his home. In this busy town, life's daily hustle and bustle played like a background score to the melody of Michael's early life. But in his house, music wasn't just background noise. It was the soul of their home. Here, amidst the clattering of dishes and the chatter of siblings, Michael found his first love, music. From the moment he could walk, Michael was enthralled by the magic of melodies. He would watch, with eyes wide with wonder, as his older brothers strummed their guitars and tapped their feet. It wasn't long before young Michael, with his tiny feet and chubby fingers, started joining in. Singing came as naturally to him as breathing. He didn't just learn the songs, he felt them, each note and lyric resonating within his little heart. Their father, Joseph, a man of discipline shaped by the hard work at the steel plant, saw the spark in Michael. Evenings in the Jackson household were more than family time. They were impromptu music sessions where Joseph nurtured the flickering flames of talent in his children. It was here, in the midst of these sessions, that the Jackson 5 took root. The living room transformed into a world of rhythms and rhymes, where Michael and his brothers would lose themselves in music after school. Michael, though the youngest, was a whirlwind of energy and imagination. His voice, clear and strong, didn't just sing songs. It told stories. And when he danced, oh, how he danced! It was as if his tiny feet were narrating tales of joy, sorrow, hope, and laughter. The neighbors began to gather, drawn by the magnetic pull of the music emanating from the Jacksons' home. They would stand outside, ears pressed to the windows, toes tapping to the beat. For Michael, these were moments of pure magic. The thrill of performing, even on the makeshift stage of his living room, sparked a fire in him. He wasn't just performing, he was sharing a piece of his soul. With each passing day, Michael's confidence soared. He wasn't just a part of the band, he was its heartbeat. The town of Gary started buzzing with talk about the young prodigy in the Jackson 5. People said he had a gift, an uncanny ability to capture hearts with his voice and moves. The turning point came with a local talent show. The Jackson 5, a bundle of nerves and excitement, saw it as their golden ticket to a larger stage. Michael, with butterflies in his stomach and dreams in his eyes, led the charge. Choosing the perfect songs, choreographing every step, he poured his entire being into preparing for the show. When the day arrived, the auditorium was abuzz with anticipation. As the Jackson 5 took the stage, a hush fell over the crowd. And then, as Michael started to sing, the air electrified. His brothers joined in, their voices melding into a harmony that felt almost otherworldly. Michael's dance moves were a spectacle, each step telling a story, each gesture painting a picture. The audience was spellbound. Here was a young boy, barely into his teens, performing with the soul of an old artist. The Jackson 5 won the talent show, but for Michael, it was more than a victory. It was the realization of his love for the stage, a confirmation of his dream. In that moment, under the bright lights, Michael Jackson, a star, was born. In the chapters to follow, we'll journey through the incredible life of Michael Jackson. From his early days in Gary to the dizzying heights of global fame, we'll explore the path of a legend, a journey not just marked by unparalleled talent, but also by trials, triumphs, and an undying passion for music. Chapter 2. The Jackson 5. A Family of Stars. In Gary, Indiana, a small town, there was a family full of music and dreams. The Jacksons were excited. They had a band called the Jackson 5. It had Michael and his brothers, Jackie, Tito, Jermaine, and Marlon. Michael was the youngest, but he was ready to share his talent with everyone. Their house was like a small music school. The living room was their practice area. They played music there for many hours every day. Their father, Joseph, was very serious about music. He helped them practice. He made sure they sang every song perfectly and danced very well. Michael was special in the band. His voice was beautiful and strong. When he sang, it felt like he was talking to you. His brothers were also good. They played instruments and sang with Michael. They all worked together in the band. Their mother, Catherine, was very kind. She always helped and encouraged them. She also made their clothes for shows. She added shiny and colourful things to make them look great on stage. The Jackson 5 started to play at places in Gary. They went to schools, local events, and small clubs. People loved listening to them. They were surprised to see how good these young boys were. The boys danced and sang very well. Soon, more and more people knew about the Jackson 5. They were not just a family band anymore. They were becoming famous in their town. People from other places came to see them too. The boys started to think that they could really become famous musicians. Then something big happened. A man who worked for a music company saw them play. He liked them a lot. He thought the Jackson 5 could be very successful. Not long after, the Jackson family got exciting news. The music company wanted to work with the Jackson 5. They were very happy. Their hard work was helping them reach their dreams. The family moved to a big city. This was a new place with many chances to do great things. They started to record songs in a big music studio. This was like a dream for them. Their first album did really well. Songs like I Want You Back and ABC were loved by many people. Michael's singing and his brothers' voices were a perfect match. Their music was new and fun. The Jackson 5 became more famous. They went to different cities to sing. Michael loved performing. He felt happy and free when he was on stage. The more people he sang for, the more excited he got. But being famous was not always easy. They had to work hard and still go to school. Sometimes it was tough, but they helped each other as a family. Michael's journey to being a star was really starting. People everywhere were seeing how good he was. He was not just part of the Jackson 5. He was becoming a star by himself. From the small town of Gary to big stages, Michael and his brothers were on their way to being famous in music. This chapter shows us the beginning of the Jackson 5's journey to fame. Their skill, hard work, and family helped them succeed. Michael, with his amazing voice and way of performing, was very important. The story of the Jackson 5 is about music, family, dreams, and believing in yourself. Chapter 3. The Jackson 5. Reaching for the Stars. The Jackson 5's journey to fame was very fast. It was like a rocket flying high into the sky. They became very famous in the whole country. Their songs were on the radio, and they were on TV and in magazines. For Michael and his brothers, life was changing a lot and very quickly. They moved to a big city. It was full of new things to do and people to meet. They met famous singers and other stars. Before, they had only seen these people on TV. It was like living in a dream. But being famous also meant they were very busy. The Jackson 5 travelled to many cities to sing and be on shows. People loved their music and wanted to see them. At their concerts, there were many people. They clapped and cheered. Michael loved singing for them. Their happiness made him very happy. Even with all the fun, they had to work hard. They practiced a lot to make sure their concerts were great. Their father, Joseph, was still in charge of the band. He was very serious about their work. He wanted them to keep doing well. Being famous also meant they were not private anymore. Fans knew them everywhere. People wanted their autographs and pictures. This was nice, but sometimes it was too much. They missed doing normal things like playing and just being kids. Michael felt a lot of pressure. He was the main singer and everyone wanted to see him. He had many interviews and photo shoots. He was often tired, but he knew he had to keep going. He loved music and performing too much to stop. Their family life also changed. Their mother, Catherine, tried to make life normal. She cooked for them and made sure they rested. But it was hard with their busy lives. They often missed school and had to study with tutors. As they became more famous, they had to keep making good music. They always thought of new songs and dances. This was exciting, but also hard work. A big moment for them was their first tour in other countries. They went to places they had only read about. Fans in these countries loved them too. They sang with the Jackson 5. This showed how their music reached people everywhere. But being famous was not always easy. Sometimes the brothers argued. They were together all the time and missed having their own space. But they stayed close as brothers and as a band. They knew they were on this journey together. The Jackson 5 became very important in music. They broke records and did new things. Their music was more than just popular. It was very special. Michael, with his great talent, was at the center of all this. He was not just a singer. He was becoming a music hero. In this chapter, we see how the Jackson 5 became very famous. Their story was full of fun, hard work, and challenges. They stayed strong as a family and loved music. This story is not just about being successful. It's about working hard, staying dedicated, and following your dreams. Chapter 4. Michael Jackson. On his own. One morning in the big city, Michael Jackson was ready for a new start. He had been very successful with the Jackson 5, but inside he wanted to try something different. He dreamed of singing on his own. Michael loved his brothers and their music. Yet he wished to see what he could do by himself. It was his time to shine alone. Choosing to sing alone was hard for Michael. The Jackson 5 was his family, not just a band. Telling his brothers about his choice was difficult. They were surprised and a bit sad. But they understood. They knew Michael was very talented. They supported him in his wish to start a solo career. People were excited to hear about Michael singing alone. They wondered what he would do by himself. Everyone was waiting to hear his new music. Making his first solo album was exciting but hard. Michael worked for many hours in the music studio. He tried new sounds and ideas. He wanted his solo music to be special. He worked with good music producers and writers. He learned a lot and became a better artist. Michael put a lot of feeling into his music. He wrote songs about his own life and feelings. His voice, which many people knew, sounded even more special in these new songs. He also worked on his dancing. He made up new dance moves that amazed people. When his album was finished, Michael was nervous and excited. He wondered how people would like his music. Would they enjoy it as much as they liked the Jackson 5? He didn't need to worry. The album was a big success. Songs like Off the Wall and Don't Stop Till You Get Enough were very popular. People loved the new music. It was fun and full of energy. It made people want to dance and sing. Michael's solo career made him even more famous. He was not just part of a band now. He was a big music star. His songs were played everywhere. He started to win awards and was in the news even more. Being a solo artist was not always easy. Everyone was watching Michael. He felt a lot of pressure to do well. He had high expectations from his fans, the music world, and himself. He wanted to be the best and show everyone he could be great on his own. But Michael was happy with his solo career. He liked making his own music. He enjoyed trying different music styles. Each song he wrote showed a part of him. It was like sharing his thoughts and feelings with the world. Going from the Jackson 5 to singing alone was a big change for Michael. It was more than just a new job. It was a chance for him to find out who he was. He was learning about himself. He was more than just a singer in a band. He was Michael Jackson, a star by himself. In this chapter, we learn about Michael's brave move to a solo career. His journey from a band member to a solo star was full of new experiences and hard work. It showed how talented and determined he was. Michael's choice to sing alone was about more than music. It was about following his dreams and finding his own way. Chapter 5. Michael Jackson, Becoming the King of Pop. In music, some moments change everything. For Michael Jackson, this moment was when he released Thriller. This album was more than just music. It was a work of art that changed music and made Michael the king of pop. After his first solo album did well, Michael wanted to do something even more amazing. He wanted to make an album that was like a story. He wanted people to feel all kinds of emotions when they listened to it. Thriller did exactly this. Michael worked very hard in the studio. He worked with the best musicians and producers, like the famous Quincy Jones. They made songs that mixed pop, rock, and soul. Each song was different, but they all had Michael's special style. The song Thriller was an adventure. It was about the fun and mystery of the night. Michael's singing and the catchy music made it very popular, but the music video for Thriller was also very special. It was like a short movie with a story and special effects. In the video, Michael danced with people dressed as zombies. No one had ever seen a music video like this. It was very creative, and people loved it. The album had other great songs, too. Beat It had a strong guitar part. Billie Jean had a mysterious story. Human Nature was soft and sweet. Each song showed how good Michael was at music. He was not just singing. He was like an artist painting with sounds. Thriller broke many records. It became the album that sold the most ever. It won many awards. Michael became very, very famous. He was more than just a famous singer. He was a music legend. The success of Thriller made Michael even more famous. But it also brought a lot of pressure. People expected him to always be amazing. Michael felt this pressure. He had set a high standard for himself. He worked even harder to keep doing well. Michael kept doing new things in music. His music videos told stories and had special effects. His concerts were big shows with great costumes and dances. Michael changed music a lot. He inspired other singers and musicians. His style, his songs, and his videos made people see pop music in a new way. He was not just part of music history, he was making history. This chapter is about how Michael Jackson became the king of pop. Thriller was a big step in his career and in music. It showed his talent as a musician and a performer. Michael's story is not just about being famous. It's about making something important and lasting. Thriller was more than an album. It was a big part of Michael's story and changed music forever. Chapter 6. Michael Jackson and the Moonwalk. In pop music, some moments are really special. One of these was when Michael Jackson first did the moonwalk. This dance move was simple, but amazing. It made people love Michael even more. It showed how great he was at dancing. The moonwalk was more than just a dance. It was very popular. When Michael first did it on stage, people were amazed. It looked like he was moving backwards very smoothly. It seemed impossible. People asked, how can he do that? It was like he was walking on the moon. That's why it's called the moonwalk. Michael did the moonwalk for the first time on a TV show. He was already famous, but this dance made him even more famous. He wore a shiny glove and a hat, looking very stylish. When he did the moonwalk, the audience was very excited. This dance became a big part of his image. After this, everyone wanted to do the moonwalk. It wasn't just a dance. It was a big deal. Many videos and lessons showed people how to do it. But no one could do it like Michael. It was his special move. It showed how talented and creative he was. The moonwalk changed how people saw dance in pop music. Michael showed that dance was important in a show. He could tell a story with his dancing. He was very good at showing feelings and energy when he moved. Doing the moonwalk showed how hard Michael worked. He practiced a lot. He wanted every move to be perfect. He cared about every little detail. When he danced, he was sharing a part of himself with everyone. Michael's impact was huge. He inspired dancers and artists in many ways. He encouraged people to try new things and be creative. The moonwalk was a sign of this. It was more than just a dance. It was part of popular culture. Being famous was not always easy for Michael. There was a lot of pressure. People watched everything he did. He always tried to do better and surprise his fans. But he never stopped loving music and dance. His passion kept him going. The moonwalk was about more than a dance. It was about how Michael Jackson affected the world. He was not just a singer and a dancer. He was someone who started new trends. He was known not just for his songs, but for how he moved and made people feel. This chapter is about the magic of Michael's talent, shown in the moonwalk. This dance was a big moment in his career. It made him a legend. The moonwalk was not just a dance step. It was a big change. It showed Michael's great ability to amaze and inspire people. His story is a mix of music, dance, and new ideas. He left a legacy that will always be remembered. Chapter 7. Michael Jackson, Triumphs and Trials. Michael Jackson's life was like a bright stage with some dark corners. He became very famous, like a star in the sky. But being famous was hard sometimes. He had great moments and tough times too. This part of his life showed how strong and brave he was. Michael was very busy because he was so famous. He had lots of concerts, interviews, and events. He traveled everywhere and sang for many people. His shows were amazing. He won lots of awards and his music was loved by everyone. He was one of the biggest stars in the world. But being famous was not always easy. Michael felt like everyone was watching him all the time. He wanted some quiet moments, away from all the attention. He wished he could just be himself sometimes, without cameras or fans. Michael also had some hard times in his life. He was lonely even though he was famous. He missed having close friends. He had many people around him, but he wanted real friends who really understood him. His health was also a problem. He worked very hard and was often tired. The busy life and stress made him feel not so good. He kept going because he wanted to do his best for his fans. In music, Michael wanted to try new things. He had lots of ideas for his songs. But the music world had certain expectations. Finding a balance between what he wanted to do and what others expected was hard. Through all this, Michael still loved music. He felt happy when he was making songs. Music was his way to feel better. He put his feelings into his music. His songs told stories about his life. Michael also faced criticism and rumors. People sometimes said things that were not true. He felt like people did not understand him. They judged him without really knowing him. Even with these challenges, Michael kept doing amazing things in music. He worked with other artists and tried different styles. He used new technology in his videos. His concerts were still great, with music, dance, and beautiful visuals. Michael's life during this time was like a ride with ups and downs. He had very happy moments and very hard ones. He stayed true to his music through everything. He faced each challenge with hope and strength. This chapter shows how complex Michael Jackson's life was when he was very famous. It was a time of great success, but also of personal and professional challenges. Michael's story shows how tough he was. He dealt with the hard parts of fame bravely. He always loved music, and it helped him through everything. His story is about winning, and also about getting through tough times. Before we move on to exploring how Michael Jackson built his dream haven amidst his career ups and downs, don't forget to swing by wooenglish.com. You can grab a free PDF of this story, keeping your English learning adventure going with easy-to-follow sentences. Chapter 8. Michael Jackson's Neverland Ranch. In his busy life, Michael Jackson made a special place for himself. It was called Neverland Ranch. This place was his dream. It was a quiet spot where he could be away from the world. Neverland was like magic. It showed how successful Michael was and how much he loved fun and wonder. Neverland was in the hills of California. It was more than a house. It was huge, with beautiful gardens, rare animals, and fun rides. Michael made Neverland to feel happy. He wanted it to be like the childhood he never really had. The entrance to Neverland was like going into a new world. A big gate opened to this amazing place. Inside, it was beautiful. There were green lawns and water fountains. There were many flowers with bright colors and sweet smells. Neverland had its own fun park. There were rides like merry-go-rounds and roller coasters. Michael liked fun parks. They made him remember being happy and carefree as a child. He invited kids to come and play, especially those who needed happiness. He loved seeing them smile and laugh. There was also a zoo at Neverland. It had giraffes, elephants, and flamingos. Michael felt close to animals. They made him feel calm and happy. He liked to take care of them. The main house in Neverland was big and fancy. It had rooms full of toys and games. Michael loved art and music, and you could see it everywhere. There were statues, paintings, and things from his music career. The house was not just a place to stay. It showed who Michael was. Neverland also had a great movie theater and a dance studio. Michael practiced his dancing and made music in the studio. The theater was where he relaxed. He watched movies and forgot about the outside world. Neverland was a peaceful place for Michael. Away from the news and fame, he could relax. He wrote music, thought about things, and enjoyed nature. Neverland showed how successful Michael was. It was very different from his simple start in Gary, Indiana, but it was also about his heart. He made a place not just for himself but for others to feel joy. But Neverland was also a bit controversial. It made people curious and got a lot of attention. Some people did not understand why Michael made a place like this. Michael wanted Neverland to be about fun and innocence, not about rumours. In this chapter, we look at the special world of Neverland Ranch. It was a place of dreams. It showed Michael's success and his playful heart. Neverland was more than a home. It was a place of happiness and creativity. It showed Michael's wish to make a wonderful world, not just for himself, but for others too. Neverland is an important part of Michael Jackson's story. It shows his imagination, kindness, and the complicated parts of his life. Chapter 9. Michael Jackson, a changing image. As Michael Jackson became more and more famous, people noticed something else. His appearance was changing. These changes became a big topic. People talked about it a lot. It added more mystery to Michael's already interesting life. At first, the changes were small. Michael's skin looked lighter. People started guessing why. Some thought it was his choice. Others thought it might be because of health reasons. Michael did not talk much about it, which made people even more curious. But it wasn't just his skin. His face seemed to change too. His nose looked different, and there were other changes. Every time Michael was seen, people looked closely at his face. Sometimes they paid more attention to how he looked than to his music. The news about Michael's looks was everywhere. Magazines and newspapers wrote a lot about it. They often said things that were not true. This was hard for Michael. He felt like people did not understand him. Later, Michael said his skin was changing because of vitiligo. This is a health problem that makes skin lose its color. But even with this explanation, some people did not believe him. They kept guessing and talking about it. Michael's changing looks also made people think about identity and beauty. People talked about why he might want to change his appearance. Some thought it was because he was famous and wanted to look a certain way. Others thought he might be dealing with personal problems. Even with all the talk about his looks, Michael kept making music. He made new albums with new styles. His music videos and shows were still amazing, but people always talked about how he looked. His fans still loved him, no matter how he looked. They loved his music and his dancing. They understood his art and his message. They saw him as more than just his appearance. But being talked about like this was hard for Michael. It was tough to have everyone looking at him and judging him. He wanted people to see him as a musician and a performer, not just for how he looked. Michael's life was full of different things: success, challenges, and lots of attention. His changing appearance was just one part of his life. It made people very interested and sometimes confused. In this chapter, we talk about Michael Jackson's changing appearance. It shows how being famous can be hard. It talks about the challenges of living in the public eye and dealing with personal issues. Through all this, Michael kept focusing on his music and his fans. His story is not just about how he looked. It's about dealing with life when everyone is watching you. Chapter 10. Michael Jackson, a heart for helping. Even with all his fame, Michael Jackson cared a lot about helping others. He wasn't just about singing and performing. He really wanted to make the world a better place. This part of his life shows how much he did for charity and how he tried to help people in need. Michael used his fame to do good things. He knew his voice could reach many people. He cared a lot about children who were sick or in trouble. Michael believed every child should be happy and have a chance to dream. Michael's music often had messages about love, peace, and making the world better. Songs like Man in the Mirror and Heal the World were about changing things for the better. These songs made many people want to help others. But Michael didn't just sing about helping. He really did things to make a difference. He gave a lot of money to charities. This money helped build hospitals, find cures for diseases, and help people who were hurt by disasters. He was very generous. He visited children in hospitals and orphanages. He brought them gifts and made them happy. Michael also wanted to raise awareness about big problems like poverty, hunger, and hurting the environment. He used his fame to talk about these issues. He took part in campaigns and events to raise money and make people aware. One big thing he did was the "We Are the World" song. Michael helped write this song to raise money for people who were hungry in Africa. Many famous singers sang it. It sold a lot of copies and raised a lot of money. This project brought attention to a very important problem. At his Neverland Ranch, Michael had special events for kids who were not lucky. He wanted to give them a fun day, a break from hard times. For many of these kids, going to Neverland was like a dream. Michael was always busy, but he always found time to help others. He believed that even small acts of kindness could make a big difference. He wanted to use his time to leave the world a better place. People all over the world recognized Michael for his charity work. He got many awards for helping others. But for Michael, the best part was seeing happy faces of the people he helped. He knew he had made their lives a little better. Michael's charity work showed a different side of him. He was not just a famous singer. He was a person with a big heart. He cared about the world and its people. His legacy is not just his music and shows, but also his kindness and his work to help others. This chapter celebrates Michael Jackson's big heart for helping. His life shows that you can use your talents to do good things. Michael's story is not just about being a star, it's about caring, being kind, and making a difference in the world. Chapter 11. Controversial Accusations. In the world of fame, the brighter the spotlight, the darker the shadows. For Michael Jackson, a time came when his life was overshadowed by controversy. This chapter tells of the serious accusations that Michael faced, which deeply affected both his career and public image. The first wave of accusations hit like a storm. Michael, known for his kindness, especially towards children, faced allegations that shocked the world. These accusations were about his conduct with some of the young visitors to Neverland Ranch. The news spread fast, dominating headlines and stirring a whirlwind of media frenzy. Michael's fans were stunned. For many, it was hard to reconcile the allegations with the Michael they knew and loved, the man who sang about healing the world, the man who brought joy to millions. The media coverage was intense, with every detail analyzed and debated. It was a difficult time, filled with confusion and speculation. Michael firmly denied the accusations. He maintained his innocence, stating that he would never harm a child. He believed in treating all children with love and respect, and the idea of being accused of such actions was deeply hurtful to him. The legal battles that followed were long and complicated. Michael faced a media trial as much as a legal one. Every appearance in court was covered by reporters and photographers. The world watched as the king of pop, once celebrated for his music and dance, now made headlines for a very different reason. These accusations and the ensuing trials took a heavy toll on Michael's life. The stress affected his health, both mentally and physically. He found himself in a storm of suspicion and judgment, a far cry from the adulation and love he had received for most of his career. The impact on his career was significant. Some radio stations stopped playing his music. and certain projects and collaborations fell through. The controversy created a divide among fans and the public. While many stood by him, others questioned their previous admiration for the pop star. Despite the challenges, Michael continued to make music. He released new albums, but the joy that once surrounded his music releases was now tempered by the ongoing controversy. His art was still exceptional, but the public's perception had shifted. Throughout this ordeal, Michael's character was tested. He found strength in his music, his family, and his loyal fans. They provided him with support and comfort during these trying times. Michael always believed in the power of music to bring people together, and now more than ever, he leaned on that belief. After a lengthy legal process, Michael was acquitted of all charges. However, the shadow cast by these allegations lingered. The experience had changed him, leaving a mark on his life and legacy. He emerged from the trials a different person, more cautious, but still determined to continue his life and career. In this chapter, we delve into a challenging period in Michael Jackson's life, marked by controversy and accusation. It was a time that tested his strength, his character, and his resolve. Despite the turmoil, Michael's commitment to his music and his fans remained unwavering. His journey through these trials illustrates the complexities of fame and the resilience of the human spirit in the face of adversity. Chapter 12. Artistic Evolution. Throughout his career, Michael Jackson never stood still. His music and style were like rivers, constantly flowing and changing. This chapter is about how Michael's art continued to evolve, showcasing his endless creativity and artistic versatility. Even after achieving so much success, Michael was always looking for new ways to express himself. He didn't want to repeat the same sounds and ideas. He wanted to surprise his fans and himself. With each album, he explored different themes and experimented with new musical styles. His evolution as an artist was evident in his changing music. After the pop and funk of the Thriller era, he ventured into more aggressive sounds with Bad. This album had a harder edge, with songs like Bad and Smooth Criminal, showing a more assertive and confident Michael. He was no longer just the king of pop. He was a versatile artist, unafraid to take risks. Michael's music videos also reflected his artistic growth. They were not just videos. They were mini-movies with stories, characters, and impressive special effects. Michael pushed the boundaries of what a music video could be. His video for Remember the Time, set in ancient Egypt, was a spectacle of dance and storytelling. His lyrics matured as well. Michael began to write more about his personal experiences and views on the world. Songs like Black or White and Earth Song dealt with themes of racial harmony and environmental awareness. Through his music, Michael was making a statement. He wanted to use his voice for more than entertainment. He wanted to inspire change. Dance remained an integral part of Michael's artistry, but even here he continued to innovate. He incorporated more complex and intricate moves into his performances. His concerts were a showcase of his evolution as a dancer. Each performance was a display of his incredible talent and hard work. Despite the changes in his music and style, one thing remained the same: Michael's dedication to perfection. He was involved in every aspect of his music, from writing and composing to producing and choreographing. He worked tirelessly, often spending long hours in the studio perfecting a song or a dance routine. Michael's evolving style also reflected his changing personal life. As he grew older, his views and experiences shaped his art. His music became a diary of his journey, with each song telling a part of his story. Fans could see and hear Michael growing up through his albums. This artistic evolution kept Michael's music fresh and exciting. He wasn't just following trends, he was setting them. Each album brought something new to the table, keeping fans guessing about what he would do next. His ability to evolve artistically is what kept him at the forefront of the music industry for so long. In this chapter, we see Michael Jackson as a true artist, constantly evolving and growing. His journey was a testament to his versatility and creativity, from the pop beats of Billie Jean to the rock influences of Dirty Diana, and the socially conscious They Don't Care About Us. Michael showed that he was not just a singer, but a musician capable of crossing genres and boundaries. His artistic evolution is a core part of his legacy, a reminder that true artistry is about constant growth and exploration. Chapter 13. Global Impact. Michael Jackson's story is not just a tale of music and fame. It's a story of how one artist can touch the lives of people across the world. In this chapter, we explore Michael's global impact, how he influenced not just music, but culture, fashion, and even the way we see the world. From the streets of New York to the alleys of Tokyo, from the beaches of Rio de Janeiro to the squares of Moscow, Michael's music echoed. His songs broke barriers of language, culture, and geography. People all over the world danced to his tunes, sang his lyrics, and felt connected to his message. He was not just America's star, he was a global icon. Michael's influence extended far beyond the realm of music. He impacted fashion with his unique and iconic style. The Michael Jackson look, the sequined glove, the fedora hat, the military-style jackets became symbols of his brand. Fans around the world imitated his style, wearing jackets with shoulder pads and shiny gloves. He transformed how people viewed pop star fashion, blending glitz with sophistication. In dance, Michael revolutionized the industry. His signature moves like the moonwalk became part of the global dance vocabulary. Dancers from different parts of the world drew inspiration from his innovative techniques. His influence can be seen in the routines of modern pop stars and dancers who continue to emulate his style and energy. Michael's impact was also felt in the world of music videos and live performances. He raised the bar, turning music videos into an art form and concerts into spectacular events. Artists and producers studied his videos and shows, learning from his ability to tell a story and captivate an audience. The standards he set in the 80s and 90s continue to influence the entertainment industry. Beyond entertainment, Michael's humanitarian efforts resonated globally. His philanthropic work and messages of peace and unity inspired many to take action for a better world. His songs like Heal the World and Man in the Mirror encouraged people to care for each other and the planet. His legacy in charity work remains an inspiration for artists and fans alike. Michael also broke cultural boundaries. He collaborated with artists from various backgrounds, embracing different musical styles and influences. This approach helped bring diverse music to mainstream audiences, fostering a culture of inclusivity and appreciation for different artistic expressions. His impact went beyond the tangible aspects of culture. Michael influenced the way people viewed fame, success, and the struggles that come with them. He showed that being a global superstar was not just about the glamour and adulation, but also about handling pressure, criticism, and personal challenges. In this chapter, we see how Michael Jackson became more than a pop star. He became a cultural phenomenon, influencing various aspects of life around the globe. His music, style, dance, humanitarian efforts, and his life story left an indelible mark on the world. Michael's journey illustrates the power of art to transcend boundaries. to unite people across different backgrounds and to inspire change. His global impact is a testament to his extraordinary talent and his universal appeal. Michael Jackson was not just the king of pop. He was a global icon whose influence continues to be felt across generations. Chapter 14. Personal Struggles. Even the brightest stars face dark nights. Michael Jackson, despite his immense fame and success, was not immune to personal struggles. In this chapter, we delve into the challenges Michael faced within himself, the health issues that troubled him, and the personal demons he bravely confronted. Michael's life, under the constant glare of the public eye, was a roller coaster of highs and lows. The pressure of being a global icon was immense. He often felt the weight of expectations, not just from his fans, but also from himself. The need to be perfect, to continually surpass his achievements, was a heavy burden. His health issues began to surface more prominently. Michael suffered from vitiligo, a condition that causes the loss of skin color in blotches. This not only affected his appearance, but also his self-esteem. He faced scrutiny and judgment from the public and the media, which added to his stress. Insomnia was another challenge that Michael battled. The stress from his career and the media controversies made it difficult for him to find restful sleep. To cope, he turned to medications, which eventually led to dependency. This dependency on medication would become one of his toughest battles. Michael also faced emotional struggles. The fame that brought him so much joy also brought loneliness and isolation. Despite being loved by millions, he often felt alone in his journey. The connection with his family, while strong, was also complex. The strain of his career and public life affected his personal relationships. He sought comfort in creating music and in the company of his children. Being a father was a source of immense joy for Michael. He found purpose and happiness in caring for his children, striving to give them the love and normalcy he felt he missed in his own childhood. The physical demands of his performances also took a toll on his body. Years of electrifying dance moves and relentless touring led to injuries and pain. Michael was often in discomfort, yet he pushed through, committed to giving his best to his fans. Despite these challenges, Michael's resilience shone through. He continued to create music, to perform, and to engage with his fans. His art was an outlet, a way to express his feelings and to escape from his struggles, even if just for a moment. Michael's journey through these personal struggles is a reminder that behind the glitz and glamour, celebrities are human. They face challenges, just like anyone else. Michael's battle with his health and personal demons showed his vulnerability, but also his strength and his unyielding spirit. In this chapter, we see a different side of Michael Jackson. Away from the spotlight and the stage, he faced challenges that tested his resilience. His struggles with health, insomnia, and emotional well-being paint a picture of a man fighting to find peace amidst the chaos of fame. Through it all, Michael remained committed to his art, his fans, and his family, showing that even in the face of adversity, one can continue to shine. His personal battles are an integral part of his story, a testament to his humanity and his enduring strength. Chapter 15. The Comeback Plan. In the ever-changing world of music, artists come and go. But Michael Jackson was not just any artist. After years of ups and downs, he was ready for a grand return. This chapter is about Michael's ambitious plan for a major comeback with the This Is It concert series. The idea of a comeback had been brewing in Michael's mind for a while. He wanted to remind the world of his status as the king of pop. This Is It was not just a series of concerts. It was meant to be a spectacular celebration of his career, his music, and his journey. The announcement of the This Is It concerts set the world abuzz. Fans were thrilled at the prospect of seeing Michael perform live again. The shows were to be held in London, a city that had always shown him great love. Tickets sold out in a matter of hours, a testament to his enduring popularity. Preparations for the concerts were intense. Michael was involved in every aspect, from the set list to the choreography, from the stage design to the costumes. He wanted everything to be perfect. The concerts were to feature all his greatest hits, along with some new and innovative performances. Michael's dedication to the show was evident. He spent hours rehearsing, perfecting every dance move, every note. Despite the challenges he had faced in recent years, his talent was as dazzling as ever. His voice, his moves, his presence, everything was still there, ready to captivate the audience. The This Is It concerts were also meant to be a technological marvel. Plans included cutting-edge special effects, elaborate stage setups, and stunning visuals. Michael wanted to create an experience that was more than just a concert. He wanted it to be a visual and musical journey through his life and career. As the rehearsals progressed, Michael felt a mix of excitement and pressure. This was his chance to reclaim his throne, to show the world that he was still the unparalleled king of pop. He was determined to give his fans a show that they would never forget. The excitement among his fans was palpable. People from all over the world planned trips to London, eager to be part of this historic event. The media was also abuzz with anticipation, covering every detail of the preparations. However, amidst the excitement, there were also concerns. Michael's health had been a topic of discussion in recent years. The physical demands of such a massive comeback were immense, but Michael was committed. He saw This Is It as a chance to rise above his past struggles, to celebrate his legacy, and to thank his fans for their unwavering support. In this chapter, we see Michael Jackson gearing up for what was to be the greatest comeback in music history. This Is It was more than just a concert series. It was a symbol of Michael's resilience, his passion for music, and his love for his fans. It was a reminder of his unparalleled talent and his ability to captivate the world. This chapter is a tribute to what could have been a historic moment, a grand celebration of one of the greatest artists the world has ever seen. Michael's comeback plan was a testament to his enduring spirit and his commitment to his art, his fans, and his incredible journey in the world of music. Chapter 16. Tragic End. In the tapestry of life, some threads are unexpectedly cut short. This chapter tells the story of a day that shocked the world, the day when Michael Jackson, the king of pop, met a tragic and sudden end. It was a day like any other, with people going about their usual routines. But then, the news broke. Michael Jackson had passed away. The news spread like wildfire, leaving fans and the public in disbelief. How could the vibrant star, the man who had enthralled millions with his music and dance, be gone? The world came to a standstill as people tried to process the news. Fans gathered in spontaneous vigils, playing his music and dancing in the streets. They shared stories of how Michael's music had touched their lives, how it had been the soundtrack to their joys and sorrows. The outpouring of grief was immense, crossing borders and languages. Michael's death was not just a loss to the music world, it was a loss to the millions who had grown up with his songs. From young children to adults, Michael had been a part of their lives. His music had inspired, comforted, and entertained. His sudden departure left a void that could not be filled. The circumstances of his death were as shocking as the event itself. Michael had been preparing for his comeback concerts, the highly anticipated "This Is It" series. The pressure and excitement were high, but so were the challenges, especially for his health. It was revealed that Michael had been struggling with insomnia and had turned to medication to help him sleep. The combination of intense rehearsals and the stress of the upcoming concerts had taken its toll. His passing was a stark reminder of the pressures faced by those who live their lives in the spotlight. The news of Michael's death made headlines around the world. Tributes poured in from fans, celebrities, and leaders. They spoke of his genius, his artistry, and his humanitarian efforts. Michael had transcended the role of a pop star. He was a cultural icon, a legend whose influence was immeasurable. As the world mourned, Michael's music saw a resurgence. His albums topped the charts again, as people revisited the songs that had defined an era. His videos were played on television, reminding everyone of his groundbreaking contributions to music and entertainment. Michael's legacy was celebrated in a global outpouring of love and respect. His impact on music, dance, fashion, and video art was remembered and honored. The man who had changed the entertainment world was gone, but his influence would live on forever. In this chapter, we reflect on the tragic end of Michael Jackson's journey. His sudden departure was a shock to the world, a reminder of the fragility of life. Michael's story is not just about his death. It's about the extraordinary life he led and the countless lives he touched. His music, his dance, his spirit, and his compassion left a mark on the world that will never be forgotten. The King of Pop may have left the stage, but his legacy will continue to inspire generations to come. Michael Jackson's tragic end is a poignant chapter in the story of a man who was not just a star, but a legend. Chapter 17. Legacy Lives On. In the vast expanse of music history, some artists leave an indelible mark. Michael Jackson was one such artist. In this final chapter, we reflect on his enduring impact, how his legacy continues to resonate in music and culture across the world. Michael Jackson's influence can be seen everywhere in music. His innovative approach to sound, his groundbreaking use of music videos, and his unparalleled style of performance set new standards. Artists across genres draw inspiration from his work, emulating his dance moves, his musical style, and his dedication to perfection. From pop to hip-hop, from R&B to electronic music, Michael's influence is evident. His impact went beyond music. It extended into the realm of pop culture. Michael was a trendsetter in fashion, his iconic style influencing designers and fans alike. The fedora, the sequined glove, the military jackets, all these became symbols of a musical revolution, synonymous with Michael Jackson. Michael also left a legacy of humanitarian work. His efforts to make the world a better place, to use his fame for the greater good, inspired others to follow suit. He showed that artists have the power to bring about change, to raise awareness, and to mobilize people for a cause. In dance, Michael revolutionized what it meant to be a performer. His moonwalk, his gravity-defying leans, his energetic spins, these moves became part of the global dance lexicon. Dancers around the world study his performances, marveling at his precision and artistry. Michael's influence on dance is as vital as his influence on music. Even in his absence, Michael's music continues to thrive. His albums still sell, his videos are watched, and his songs are streamed by millions. New generations discover his music, finding inspiration and joy in his songs. His music has achieved a timeless quality, transcending generations and trends, Tributes to Michael's legacy can be found in all corners of the world. From tribute concerts to academic courses studying his art, from documentaries to exhibitions, the world continues to celebrate and analyze his contributions. His life and work are subjects of endless fascination and respect. Michael's influence also extends to how we view celebrities and their struggles. His life was a reminder of the pressures of fame, of the challenges faced by those in the public eye. His story encourages a more empathetic understanding of the human side of stardom. As an artist, Michael broke barriers and built bridges. He brought people together from all walks of life, from different cultures and backgrounds. His music was a unifying force, a universal language of rhythm and emotion. Michael showed that music could be a powerful force for unity and understanding. In this chapter, and in the story of Michael Jackson's life, we see the journey of a legend. His legacy is not just a collection of songs and performances, it's a tapestry of cultural impact, artistic innovation, and humanitarian efforts. Michael Jackson's legacy lives on, continuing to influence and inspire. His journey was a testament to the power of music and the enduring impact one artist can have on the world. The King of Pop may have left the stage, but his legacy will dance on, forever etched in the annals of music and cultural history. As we wrap up our fascinating journey through Michael Jackson's life and legacy, your adventure in learning doesn't have to stop here. Head over to wooenglish.com, where you can find more captivating stories, and download free ebooks in PDF format, perfect for enhancing your English skills through the magic of storytelling.